welcome to another episode of Your Chamber at Work. My name's Stacy Bruzzese, and I'll be your host for today. I am thrilled to introduce our first guest. Eric Carlstandt is here with us from Lakeview Kitchen.
Hi,
welcome,
Stacey.
Eric.
Thank you.
It's
Thanks
great
for inviting
to have
me.
you. Oh, absolutely. One of my favorite establishments in Bradford, so it's thrilling to have you here. For those who haven't been into your kitchen, tell us a little bit more about the concept behind it.
Okay. Well, Lakeview Kitchen opened up about a year and a half ago now. And the original concept was that we were going to open up a shop that was kind of a combination of different specialty food shops that you might find in Boston or other big cities. So we'd have our specialty groceries. We'd have local, be it New England, domestic and imported cheeses. We would have our fresh baked bakery goods. We'd also have lunch, soups, salads at lunchtime, and we also have a little area that's dedicated to chocolates, candies, and confections. So it's kind of a shop with a number of different legs to it.
Excellent. I haven't seen anything else like that locally.
Yeah, people have commented as they've come in that they're kind of shocked that they're in Bradford. But part of it was driven by the types of products that we thought the community would be interested in buying. And the other aspect of it was just the economics that whereas a large city might be able to sustain a dedicated cheese shop, Haverhill and Bradford in this area of the Merrimack Valley really could not. So we kind of pulled together the different aspects of the shop that we thought made sense for our community.
Well, I certainly love to shop there. And I know you carry a lot of gluten-free products, a lot of organically made and locally sourced products. Tell us a little bit more about how you go about selecting the items that are for sale in your store.
Okay. It's been a bit of a learning curve. You know, we started out visiting national trade shows. There was foods that we had at our own pantry at home. But so we went out and selected the products that we thought this market would want. And as I said, it's been a bit of a learning curve, and we've changed the mixture as we've gotten feedback from the customers. So having gluten-free products was part of our initial offering, is still important, and that's for both consumers who have celiac disease and absolutely cannot eat gluten, as well as those people that may be on paleo diets or other diets that they just choose to keep gluten out of their system. They just feel better. When we look at other products, we avoid anything that has high fructose syrup, chemicals. We have a lot of non-GMO pastas from Europe. So though we're not a health food store, we do try to choose products that are healthy for you. Another good example is with our soup mixes. We only buy those mixes that taste really great, but also have a moderate and acceptable level of sodium. Oftentimes when you go to a larger store or pick perhaps a national brand, it may taste great, but the sodium levels are just really way too high for a good diet.
I definitely have noticed that. I've recently taught my children how to read labels more thoroughly when we grocery shop and things, and it is very hard to avoid, you know, off-the-shelf items in the regular market without having high sodium or chemicals. So I definitely appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, there's one great little story about a product that we brought in a few months ago. A grandmother came in looking to see if we had these little pasta noodles that are like the O's in SpaghettiOs. And we didn't have them at that point, but we ordered them for her, put them on the shelf, and as it turns out, she has a grandson that loves SpaghettiOs, but cannot eat the canned version because of the sodium.
Right.
So now she can, you know, make a home version of SpaghettiOs, and her grandkid can safely and healthy eat them.
That's fantastic, and it shows that you are able to respond quickly to your customers.
Yeah, we try to. It's the kind of the merchant aspect of the business is responding to good ideas, incorporating them into the business, or just listening to things that may be a good idea but may not be appropriate for our shop.
Sure.
I think one of the areas where we've listened very closely to the market is bringing in locally made products. That's the one major shift that we've made over the last 18 months, is seeking out those products that are made in Essex County or Massachusetts or New England. And that goes for some of the cheeses that we sell, to some of the cookies, crackers. We have a great woman that makes some fudge just across the border in New Hampshire. So we've kind of cherry-picked some great products that reflect the uniqueness of New England, as well as kind of flavors, and it helps support people in our community.
And the economics regionally, which is also important.
Yeah, that is. And even from the beginning, we realized that to buy products west of the Mississippi was going to involve more shipping costs. And
Right.
though consumers may not think that's an important aspect of the equation, it really is, because shipping costs can add tremendously to your overall cost structure. So buying products that can be shipped very cost efficiently and very quickly, I think helps us become a better business and responsive to our consumers.
And in addition to really doing a great job sourcing local products, you definitely have showcased many local artisans out of your shop. Why has it been so important for Lakeview Kitchen to provide opportunities for not only local artists, but local chefs and merchants to collaborate on promotions out of your storefront?
It's something that's deep in the heart for both myself and my partner. But it's also, I guess it's in one aspect, besides wanting to do something good, it's part of, I think what a good chamber does, and your group is doing. It's bringing people together, and for us, it's bringing in great artists, be it Dale Rogers and his great sculptures, to Lindsay Jordan and her jewelry, and now we have a chef that's operating every 3 weeks a kind of private supper club for members. And so it's helping other people realize their dreams. It's, again, like I guess in our product selection, how we have a number of reasons for people to come in, be it a great sandwich at lunch or a gluten-free product or some chocolate. That gives a number of different reasons to come into the shop. We add that, or add another dimension to that, by bringing in sculpture, artists, craftsmen, and they also talk to people. And it's, it's just, I think it makes good business, and it's very good and important for our community.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Thanks.
So you've learned a lot in 18 months, made several changes, tweaked the business to make it what it is today. What can we look forward to on the horizon in the near future for Lakeview Kitchen?
Well, I guess one of the underlying assumptions or aspects, realities of our market that we found is people love good food as long as they don't have to make it. And so we found that in our initial business model, we thought we'd be more of a specialty food store than a cafe. In fact, it's been completely opposite. People want to come in and enjoy our food, present it to them, and they don't have to make it or clean it up. So the first step towards that, or expanding our offering, was adding our prepared entrees.
Sure.
We've been doing that now for a couple months, and again, listening to the market and offering really good quality food that people they have to order it in advance. It doesn't sit on a refrigerator shelf and get old, so we make it to order. So kind of in that vein, one of the things that we'll be starting in a couple weeks is either Taco Tuesday or Taco Wednesday and Taco Saturday. And part of it is I grew up in California.
Okay.
Went to college in California, so kind of grew up eating really good tacos. And though there are some great places in town already that have some tacos, we're going to be doing things that are a little bit different. really high-quality ingredients, be it a asado or some great lamb dishes. Again, bringing in it's kind of like a pulled pork, but it's pulled lamb.
Oh, wow.
And really good flavors and nice condiments. So that's going to bring in, I think, some more people and something a little different than our paninis, which people love. But sometimes even you get tired or want to take a break from a great panini.
Absolutely. Well, I look forward to calling in my order and picking up my dishes on the way home.
Great.
Absolutely. So before we close, go ahead and look at your camera and tell people where to find you.
Okay, Lakeview Kitchens at 151 South Main. I think most people kind of recognize the building from the 1830s. We're between the post office and Haverhill Bank and right across the street from Sacred Heart School.
Excellent, thank you. So we encourage everyone to go into Lakeview Kitchen and see the great selection of products and food choices they have there. Eric, thank you again for being here with us today. It's been fantastic.
Great.
Thank you for watching. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Your Chamber Today. Our next guest is Stephanie Crapsey. She is here talking about one of our local nonprofits who does so much good in the community, Haverhill Elite Track Club. Thank you for coming, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me, Stacy.
Great to have you here this morning. So for those who are unfamiliar with the Haverhill Elite Track Club, tell us a little bit about what it is and how long you've been in the community.
Sure. So we have, really what we do is we're a nonprofit athletic club that offers youth in our community between the ages of 7 and 18, whether that be all of Merrimack Valley, southern New Hampshire, to come out and experience running, field events, a really healthy team environment, and really learning about a healthy lifestyle. So I think that that's really important this day and age, and that's really what we do. So we have a great program with all volunteer coaches. So, we have 8 to 10 coaches each season that volunteer their time. They're there every practice, every competition that we have. They're really providing a great experience for our youth. We train them, we coach them in terms of being able to be great coaches to the youth in our community. And that's really what we do. So we have 3 seasons.
Okay.
We have indoor track, outdoor track, and cross country. So currently we're in our outdoor season. We just started, which is our longest season, so that will go through July.
Okay.
And really just teaching these kids a little bit about staying healthy and being competitive and having fun.
And where does your group meet? Do you have your own track and place to do field events?
Yeah, so we utilize, for outdoor track, Haverhill High School is great to us. So we use the Haverhill High School track, and we are able to do field events there as well. Indoor track, Latitudes in Methuen has been a great sponsor of ours and allows us to practice in their facility, which is phenomenal. So we thank them for that. And then cross country, we also do that at Northern Essex Community College and use Winnie Kinney Trails as well.
Excellent.
Yes.
So there's a variety of places.
Yes.
That's excellent. And it's great that you've had such a great response from the community and support.
Absolutely.
With using other facilities.
We have been very lucky and fortunate to be in this community. We've had a lot of support through sponsorships, through fundraising. And really, I love the most is the praise. So if there is somebody running at Haverhill High School and working out, they will constantly say to the youth, you're doing a great job, keep it up. And it's just so great to see that. And when I see people in the community or at a chamber event, it's the same thing. We love what you do, and we're so happy that you guys are around and in our community.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely providing a fabulous opportunity for many youth who wouldn't otherwise get to participate in these sorts of athletic events.
Oh, thank you, yes.
In terms of competing, do you compete against other schools, other local clubs? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So we compete against other clubs. So we have a club in Cambridge that we compete against. We compete against some clubs in New Hampshire. And we also compete on a regional and national level. So our athletes actually go to New England's towards the end of the season, and they qualify to move on to regionals, and from there can move on to nationals. Our biggest national competition is the Junior Olympics, which is held in July, which happens to be in Virginia Beach this year. So it is
Nice.
such a fun experience for these youth to really travel around and meet other kids from other clubs all over the country and really establish these friendships that they're going to be able to have throughout the United States, which is really fun.
How awesome.
That is, it is. It's a lot of
And
fun.
how many, approximately, how many participate with the club, but also get to do that type of traveling?
So for our outdoor season, this is our largest so far. We have 65 athletes.
No kidding.
Yes,
Wow.
and honestly, to regionals, at least half of them usually qualify. And then to nationals, we usually take 10, 15, 20, it all depends. But we do have a very great competitive program. Our most competitive side is run by the program director, Peter Crapsey, who was a Haverhill High School standout sprinter. And, you know, the program was really founded because my son Peter really found a passion for running at a young age.
Okay.
And just enjoyed running around the neighborhood, could go for years. And the parents of the kids he hangs out with was like, oh, they want to start running too. Why don't we kind of run together? And one of the parents was like, why don't we get uniforms for them so they all look alike? I'm like, okay. And we haven't gone back since. So there wasn't really any idea of let's start a club, let's do this. It just kind of happened.
It keeps
So,
evolving,
yes,
growing and evolving.
Growing and evolving, definitely.
Excellent. So other than producing great athletes, which it sounds like you are doing, what are some of the special accomplishments of the track club?
So I would say, you know, when I look back, we officially were founded as a nonprofit in January 2013.
Okay.
We went from 9 athletes to 65. So the
That's
growth
incredible.
there in such a short period of time is phenomenal. I would say the accomplishments, so one of the things I'm very proud of is we do have a very competitive side to our club. But on the other end, we have kids in our club who are not competitive, but just want to run or be a part of a team, and we have that aspect as well, which I think is very important. And the other things is, you know, on the competitive side, we've had 36 All-Americans.
Sure.
And out of those, 6 national titles. So, you know, right here in our community of Haverhill, we have phenomenal athletes that definitely put in a lot of time and effort in order to, you know, peak to their best.
Right. In less than 2 short years, no
Yes,
less.
yes.
That's just amazing. What a feat in itself. So looking forward for the club, what would you say are some of your goals in the near future and maybe in the not so near future?
Our goals for 2015 is really growth. So we're focusing on growth this year. We want to reach out to as many athletes and youth as we can to help put them in this program and learn a healthy lifestyle, have fun, you know, have a great team environment. And on top of that, really just grow our organization to be able to offer more to our athletes, such as we want to be able to provide more equipment and also purchase a van to help us get to the Junior Olympics more affordably instead of flying all of our athletes there. And really providing as much as we can for them. So, you know, we do hold a fundraiser every season. We have a big one coming up, our calendar raffle, which we participate in, and the community does a great job of providing us gift certificates for it and really purchasing the tickets and helping us raise those funds. So our hope is to really just get more sponsors and also get more commitment from our community so that we're able to provide that and grow as an organization and help and touch as many youth as we can.
Stephanie, thank you once again for being with us today. We really appreciate your time.
And thank you, Stacy, so much for having us here and telling everybody a little bit about us.
And to our viewers at home, thank you so much for watching this month's episode of Your Chamber at Work. We look forward to seeing you next time.